This is the Royal Enfield Himalayan Scram 411, the latest offering by the iconic brand. And Royal Enfield has finally got into the Scrambler. Today we are going to give you a brief detail of the Scram 411 with Michi and Sharma, and you are watching the Gearhead official. Scramblers are the motorcycles that are built with the intention of something which can help you with your daily riding style and also give you the off-roading fun. And with the viral trend of the Scramblers motorcycle in India, the Royal Enfield finally decided to get into this, and what we have is the Scram 411. Now the Scram 411 looks exactly the same as the Himalayan, and it is actually in total geometry of the motorcycle it looks the same. The major change on this motorcycle is the front wheel. You get a 19-inch front wheel on the Scram 411 and you get a 21-inch wheel on the Himalayan. So that is the biggest change you can see on this motorcycle. Apart from that, on the front you get a grille on the Adventure, and here you get two small panels which has enhanced its overall look. So the engine remains the same as the Himalayan. It has been powered by a 411cc single cylinder air-cooled engine which produces 24.3 PS of power and 32 Nm of torque and gets the same 5-speed gearbox. The engine is surprisingly really smooth thanks to the BS6, that the new engine is quite stable at the high speed as well. On the highway you can easily cruise at the speed of 100 to 110 kmph without any stress to the engine, and you can hit a top speed of approximately 140 km/h. The Scram 411 gets the same suspension setup as the Royal Enfield Himalayan. You get the front 41mm telescopic fork, in rear you get a monoshock. Now the suspension has been revised as per the setup of a Scrambler. Now the difference here is the front wheel travel is 10mm shorter compared to the Himalayan, which has resulted in a little bit of aggressive riding posture. Now apart from this you get a totally new handlebar which is wide and very comfortable for your long rides as well. On the side panel you can see where the Scram 411 is written. It is a bit bulged design as compared to the Adventure, because on the Adventure it is a sleek design. So you will notice that if you stand on the motorcycle and then ride it, it will feel on your calves. So that is the design which has been given on the Scrambler and which has enhanced the overall look of this motorcycle. The seat you can see here is different from the Adventure. We get a single seat here with a slightly new design. We get the all new grab rails for the pillion, which is shorter, looks much better, and it's better in terms of accessibility as well. Now the seat height is 5mm shorter than the Himalayan and is now 795mm. And because of the front travel is 10mm lower, the ground clearance also become 20mm lower, which stands at 200mm. But then 200mm doesn't affect much when you take this motorcycle for your off-roading session. Plus you don't get a center stand, which is an optional accessory, and you have to buy it when you order your motorcycle. Now let's take a look at the speedometer. The speedometer is quite similar to the Meteor, and the only difference is the fonts are different from here, and this setup looks nice. And this is how the speedometer starts. It is really informative speedometer. You get the gear indication, you get the timing, you get the fuel bar. The only thing is you do not get the RPM meter here. You get trip A, trip 2 and the economy as well, and these are few indicators which you get here. Now there is another difference on the speedometer. On the Adventure you get a trip and navigation meter, which is an optional accessory on the Scram 411, and this is a bit disappointing. Now what is the another difference is you do not get a switchable ABS. On this motorcycle you have the dual channel ABS, but you cannot deactivate the rear one. So these are few things which are missing from the Scram 411. Coming to the brakes, in front you get a 300 mm disc, in rear you get a 240 mm disc accompanied with the bi-brake brakings. You get the dual channel ABS which is non-switchable, and talking about the tire, you get the same C8 grippings which are really helpful for your off-roading and your city rides as well. Now the front is really different from the Adventure. On the Adventure you get a windscreen, but on the Scram 411 you can see you get this mask which has the Royal Enfield written on it, and this is the major difference. A little disappointing thing is you don't get the LED headlamp. You get the halogen headlamp and the halogen turn indicator, which is actually a disappointing thing. When you are introducing a new motorcycle, that should have been upgraded a little bit, not in terms of only the designing, but in terms of the electrics as well. Now even the rear look is changed. You get this new design here on the Scram 411. Now the indicators are placed below. On the Adventure the indicators are placed on this position, but on the Scram it is below, and you get this number plate stand here which is quite similar on the Adventure, and this is the overall look. You get the new grab rail as well, which is more beautiful, I would say, than the Adventure, and it is much better for the pillion to grab these grab rails. Let's talk about the price. Now this complete package you will get at 2.03 lakh ex showroom. Now when the Himalayan has got into the Scrambler thing, you have a competitor named the Java Scrambler, and this is actually a cheaper option than the Java because it will cost you 2,000 or 3,000 less than the Scrambler. And what I think is, when we talk about the Scrambler, this is a much better option as compared to its rival. I hope I have given you the detailed review on the Scrambler 411. If you like the video, do not forget to like, subscribe and share our channel. We'll come back with another motorcycle. Till then, stay tuned.